This week on SignDawgs. The SignDawgs are at it again. CBS, a tool and rental supply company, has ordered a gargantuan sign. With no time to waste, the SignDawgs dig in and get started on construction. Given the overwhelming size of the project and the SignDawgs' reputation for perfection, can they complete it in time and maintain their standards? Every day we look at signs. Some are beautiful, others not so much. For a business, any business, a good sign is crucial. So where does a good sign come from? Who creates these tantalizing works of art? In the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, it's done right here by the people at Signs Manufacturing, the people we call the SignDawgs.
I'm out here at CBS Rental and Supply. They do the large cranes and equipment, and they need a pole sign. They want something that's going to be bigger than this billboard over here and have good visibility. Not necessarily bigger by face, but larger in height. And so they've set up some of these cranes for me here so that we can see about how tall we'd like for the sign to be. And it's nice because most of our customers don't have that ability to kind of show us what kind of height they're looking at. He's in an area where a permit isn't needed, so he's got a lot of play here for what he could do. But you don't want to go too big, because if you do, then you make it so that people can't read your sign while they're driving.
I'm the facilities manager, facilities director for CBS Rental. And we're a rental company that rents large construction equipment, specialize in high-reach equipment. And we're opening up a new branch right now in Caddo Mills, kind of service East Dallas area.
Doug is marking from the fence line out to the first line to be able to tell where the edge of the cabinet is going to be. We need to do that and make sure that it's far enough from the power lines that are above it. And the power lines run almost exactly parallel with fence lines.
My name is Pito Mendoza. I am a fabricator here. I do all the fab, all the steel work they need to be done. They call on me.
Agapito's got a wide skill base. He's a welder, he's a sign electrician, he's can do graphics installations, heck, he does, I just had him doing some plumbing work with airlines next door in the shop.
So Pito is my dad. Yes, you are.
Oh yeah, no wonder you're so handsome.
He does fabrication as well as I do. What we do is we make the raceways. We do work a lot of metal, steel, aluminum, stuff like that. But I'm mostly a trim capper. I put all the little trim cap around these little letters or big letters and glue it onto those things so it could fit onto a other letter to make the sign look pretty much. But my dad, he's the one that really taught me how to do everything there. He taught me how to weld. Still kind of clueless about it, but he's taught me how to weld. He's taught me how to make raceways, everything. Still kind of clueless about that, about a lot of the measurements, how to add it up, but he still gets me through it.
Pito. What can I say about Pito? He's a pretty good fabricator. He's a welding little son of a gun. You got a steel structure you need welded up and welded up right. Pito's a good choice for the job. And he's also a little pain in the ass a lot of times, but he makes up for it, making pretty good quality signs. I guess he'd be our little dwarf from if we were Game of Thrones.
My dad was lucky enough to have me grounded here and have me play darts with him too. He's one of the best dart players I've still ever seen.
I really can't say anything bad about the guy because he's absolutely lethal with a dart.
Yeah, throw a dart and put your eyeball out. I guess he could. He could be Bullseye from Daredevil. A little short, ugly guy, but little short, ugly Bullseye. No, he's a good enough guy. He's been around here for a while. I think he's going on 4, maybe 5 years.
That's 6 years, fool.
I've been around here so long I don't even remember hardly anybody anymore. We normally give him the large steel structures to work on because he's a welder. And he can weld the hell out of that stuff, get it all together.
Well, CBS, they gave me the paperwork on it about a month ago, and I pretty much build all my structures pretty much the same way. So I already know how, I just need the dimensions on how big, how wide, how thick, and then from there I go on. We got all these raceways to make, so all our lamps will fit in here perfectly like this. So I gave him a cut list so he can cut me all these for each section. And the lids, so everything will fit nice and perfect. This is section 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down. So when he cuts and marks each piece, I'll know exactly where they go. So that side's different from this side, the top and bottom. The top's at 2 inches, the bottom's at 2 1/4. So once he marks it, I'll know where it goes. 28 3/4 is top, number 8. So you saw number 8 over there? This one goes to that one over there. That's what it'll come out looking like.
Once Pito has those pieces finished, he's hard at work wiring up all the lights that will make this sign draw your eye from miles away. Once the lights are installed, the SignDawgs stand them up. The interior has been coated with solar finishes bright reflective white to increase the brightness of the sign as well as to even out the glow. Then it's time to fire up the lights and see if everything is gone according to plan. Each and every light is tested and inspected to ensure quality and proper function as well as safety. Then the wiring is secured out of the way. The face from another sign is brought in to quality check the way the sign will look with a diffused surface. Here, they check to ensure that there are absolutely no shadows that will show through once the sign is complete.
Well, we're going to end up with some shadowing.
Back up, see what you think.
I think it's going to be okay. If anything else, we might have to add some LEDs on that pole there when we slide the pipe up in there. And we won't know that until we slide the pipe down on that thing.
It's time for finishing touches to be added to this sign. Everything is looking good to start placing the company's logo decals, so it's on to the next phase.
SignDawgs, baby.
The logo is a series of decal pieces placed on the front of the sign to form their logo larger than life.
After I tightened it up to put the retainer on, I had to grind some of the bolts because they were just a little bit past the retainer. That way the retainer sits flush. I had to put a light track like this on the inside. I'll show you. I had to put light here, get rid of that pole because it would show that. I put a track light here to get rid of this light. Get rid of that pole. So you can see the shadows. You would be able to see the shadows. You see a dark spot right here. And that's where the pole is going to go up in there. That's why I put that light in there and I got rid of that dark spot.
It had these big old shadows in the middle there, and I didn't want to do shadow puppets. Yeah, I think there's a hair of a bright spot in the middle now. Okay. Hang on a second. Does that help? Just in this area right here. All right, so what we need to do then is we need to take some light mask and just put it on every other LED going down. And I'll bet you that'll smooth it out.
The way we got rid of the hot spot was putting diffusers on the LEDs itself, and it took 3 coats of diffusers to actually bring it down so it get rid of the shadow. And after I put them in, I have to zip tie them up on the angle. I zip tie them and I silicone them because it gets so hot here in Texas. The weather's totally different. It gets hot and it gets super cold. You know, that's Texas for you though. But I zip tie them as well. That way it has 3 types of supports holding that LED up there so it don't come down. It's just a backup after a backup with another backup.
The SignDawgs have done it again. The sign is assembled and the face is protected with solar guard. Now stay tuned for our next episode to see this sign being installed at its new permanent home.
That's my baby right there.
Thank you for watching this episode. Make sure to like or subscribe. Thank you.